Small green today, making $140 with AMD. But let's jump into the trades. So, if we look at AMD off the open, pretty much my idea was a hold below this week, pretty much this big level, which we have a week. If we break below, we're making a new weekly low. We have a monthly key level and 2 days ago low a day. So ideally, I want to see us below this area, below this level for a move lower. But what I liked was that the first minute we showed some really nice weakness, rejecting this monthly key level, and we created this quick drop, base drop. So that was kind of like the idea. What I liked and what I was paying attention was for a hold below 163. We saw that. I saw sellers stepping in, decided to enter 6 contract, and we saw a ton of hesitation. Ideally, I want to see a quick flush, especially if QQQ is helping out. I like to see a quick flush, and we're hesitating. So exit 4 contract just because of the hesitation, and then exit the last 2 on the way pretty much to TP. Yes, we broke and we continued, but I knew this was a big psychological level. I wasn't expecting us to just break and just push lower like we did. But again, I feel like now looking back, yes, hindsight, I left a whole bunch of money on the table, but I do understand why I got out. I got out mainly because I like the setup that was setting up with Tesla, and I don't like to be in 2 trades at the same time. But with Tesla, I didn't execute because I was waiting for clear confirmation. So ended up just being a spectator after this trade. So it just took a one and done today. But let's jump into the live recording. So here's where my interest. I wanted to see us hold below 163. This is what I did want to see. Every time we got above, seller stepped in. I ended up entering right
Order
here,
partially filled.
anticipating
Order
the break
filled.
with a rejection. As I said, enter 6 contract at 357. I enter the 162.5 puts. Ideally, when we break, I like to see a quick flush. Once we weren't seeing that, I got a little bit more defensive.
Order partially filled.
So usually on that break, I like
Order
to see a
filled.
quick flush, especially with this type of kind of like pattern. So exit 2 just to start locking in profits. And then again, ideally this is not what I want to be seeing. But we're still holding 163. But this definitely got my defense system a little bit more alert. So as soon as we saw another push lower, I decided to exit 2 more contract and just leave 2 runners if it wants to work out. Again, what I want to see is a quick flush in my favor if the setup wants to work out. So here, decide to exit 2 more. And then here, I saw a bit of hesitation on 162. So decided to just scale out 1 more contract just in case because we were very close to my TP. And ended up exiting the last contract at TP. And now looking back, yes, hindsight, I could have been more patient, but I knew this was a big psychological level and didn't love its price action around this area.
Filled.
But as you can see, we actually just continued selling off, so definitely left a whole bunch of money on the table. But this was actually the setup I was liking. A nice potential bear flag right above 2 days ago low a day with Tesla. Again, I didn't end up executing because I was being patient and wanted to wait for some type of pattern. Something that I did very poorly last week, so that's why I came with this mentality. I want to be patient and wait for opportunity to come to me. So here, what I want to wait for is a 1 minute low. We're gonna see it actually happen, but it happened too quick, and I didn't execute. I froze. So right here towards the end, boom. Entry should have been right there, but again, as you saw, it happened way too quick. And this with my plan, how I trade, this is already considered to be chasing. So it happened way too quick. So I didn't end up executing. I was feeling FOMO. I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling a lot of FOMO because the setup worked out really, really nice, and we actually got to my TP, which was gonna be daily key level 166.3. After that, I was really liking Tesla, but I wanted to be patient and wait for a pattern. And from my point of view, we never got that clean pattern, especially because we were very overextended. I want to see a good period of consolidation, and we didn't really get that. We just continued selling off, but pretty slow. So, yeah, overall, pretty happy with my performance today, especially coming from last week. That last week, I feel like my performance was really, really bad. To start this week with my right foot forward, I'm pretty happy, and I'm happy that I was patient. Yes, that Tesla trade was actually a pretty solid trade. I just didn't execute, but I'm really, really happy that I kept my word to myself and waited for some type of pattern. I was about to enter. I had the contract loaded up and everything, but because it happened too quick, I didn't chase. So, and even though the setup was going in my favor and I was feeling FOMO, I didn't chase. So I'm really, really happy with my performance. Small green. Again, I left a whole bunch of money on the table with AMD, but as I said, when I see those type of setup, I like to see it go quick in my favor, and that didn't really happen. So I was playing. I was being a little bit more defensive, and again, I'm pretty happy, especially coming from last week, which last week I feel like my performance was pretty bad. I was fortunate enough to be able to end the week pretty much break even, but my performance was really bad. So that being said, those were the trade for April 15th.